Hey folks, today we're diving into a little bit more sensitive topic, and that is adult products. Now, if this is not the video for you, maybe skip this one, go to a different one, check out something else on my channel. Fantastic. However, we are going to get into some sensitive subjects. So, without further ado, these over here are products that I've already done videos on my GeekSmart and my techgooch channel. I go anywhere that the technology takes me, and of course lately it's been into a little bit racier realms because these are adult products, and some people get a little bit fuzzy on that one. Now, the stigma with adult products, I have definitely eased up on, specifically after learning more about this specific product right here, which is the Handy. It's a male masturbator. The first product I've ever used of this nature ever, and I understand that some people, oh, I've been using it, and that's fine. I have nothing against that. That's fantastic. This was the first one I got to test out, and it's mainly because my channel with Technology of August got me into it, and it's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connected, and you can not only control it yourself, but you can have somebody remotely control it, and that is where the beauty is it for me. So if I'm on a trip and I'm not with my wife, this allows us to be intimate even when not together. And that's the beautiful thing about it for me, and everybody uses it a little bit differently. There's a lot of really cool features about this thing. It's pretty awesome. There's a female version over here, which is the O that they released after the original Handy, and these can actually link together and you can do beautiful harmony while not even in the same country or state or anything. It's awesome. If you're not familiar with these products, definitely check out those videos. They are on my site. I will put links below and links at the end. Awesome products, and I have nothing but fantastic things to say about it. Now, there is one drawback that the Handy has always had, and I didn't look anything on it because I understood that, hey, for the power draw that this thing's going to take, you got to plug it in. There's no battery in it. And you have to be corded to the wall, so you have to, wherever you're going to use this, you have to have power available to you. Secondly, you are going to be draping a cord over to the bed or wherever you're going to use this specific product at. It is what it is. We didn't have an alternative, and it worked great, and I'm not going to speak ill about it, but when the female version came out, which is battery operated, it's like, man, it'd be great if they could get this in a form factor that's got a battery. I wonder what that is. So, after I did the products on these, or videos I should say, on these two products, Handy did reach out to me about doing a video on their upcoming release. And today I finally get to talk about it on this video, and that is the Handy 2. Battery operated now. Quieter operation than the original Handy, which is awesome. I can't tell you that there's a whole lot of bad things to say about the upgrades they made on the Handy 2. One of the things I will say is they have two versions of it now versus just being the Handy. We have the Handy 2 and the Handy 2 Pro. And so, without further ado, we're going to bring this video in. We're going to talk about the Handy 2 I should say. Get all the information out we can. Okay, folks, so we're going to just dive right into this thing because this is really where everybody's going to do a comparison. I'm sure a lot of people that are interested in the Handy 2 may have used or seen the original Handy before. We're going to talk about some of the differences between the technically three versions. Like I said, this one comes in a standard and a Pro version. So it's going to have two different versions, and I'll explain the differences here as we go along. So I wanted to start off the gate by, you can see that there is a size difference, right? The old original Handy is taller. The Handy 2 technically is thicker. So this is like 9.06 inches, a little over 9 inches tall. This is about 8.5, 8.46 I think is actually the official number. 2 3/4 inches around. This is narrower this way. It's like 2.4 inches by 2.9 inches, I think is roughly what it is. Which, if you want to go into millimeters, 230 millimeters by 23 millimeters around. This is 73.2, or 73.2 by 60 by 215 tall. So, yeah, it's slightly shorter, thicker, but narrower. It's not round anymore. It's more of a rectangular shape, I guess, with rounded corners. This is only 1.3 pounds. which was fine. When obviously adding a battery, you expect it to jump up quite a bit, but it's actually only like 1.65 pounds. It's not substantially heavier, or 700 grams, I apologize, versus 750 grams. It is not a tremendous amount. It is well worth that extra weight to get battery technology into this thing. Stroke length, that's also a big thing that they upgraded as well. This only had 110 millimeter or a 4.3 inch stroke length, roughly 4.3 inches. This guy ups that to 125 millimeters or 4.9 inches of stroke length. That's pretty awesome. Specifically for gentlemen that might be a little bit longer, this will give you a little bit better capability of getting the full stroke. So one item that I don't have as much information about on the original Handy is the exact motor specifications. However, on the new version, I do have motor specifications. So they're 20 volt motors in the new one, 13.3 thousand RPM on the standard version, 20,000 RPM on the Pro version, which relates to a faster stroke speed. So I think it's 600 millimeters per second is the max stroke on the standard, 800 millimeters per second, what they call overclocking capable on the Pro version. So that is something to say. Another thing that the Handy original one is missing is any sensors. They're actually adding sensors into this guy now. They have what they call 3 Hall effect sensors, 3 power sensors, 2 temperature control sensors, and 1 lock detect sensor. So there is more capability in this thing in sensing what's going on, how it's being used, and of course, information on the motor and everything like that. So they're gathering more information to create a better product with the second version. Now the standard and the Pro version also get a difference in the battery. The standard version has a 700 milliamp hour battery. The Pro version 3,200 milliamp hours. So the Pro version will probably weigh more because it has a much larger battery, but a lot longer use in between charge sessions. So that is something to pay attention to. If you're interested in using it in multiple sessions, the Pro version might be the one to go to versus recharging maybe every time with the standard version, depending on how long your sessions are. So that is something to know. They both, just like the original, we are talking Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. However, the Bluetooth has been upgraded to Bluetooth 4.2 on this guy. This also has something that the original Handy does not have, and that is an LED matrix screen. They actually looked at putting an LCD screen in, but with, you know, waterproofing it and everything like that, and also making sure that it lasts as long as possible, the matrix screen is actually what they chose to go with on this, and it is an RGB matrix screen. So that will be there, and information, things have changed, I think, a little bit since I got this original one, but the screen will be right there, and it is in this guy too, and we'll show that here shortly. Going through the differences as well, charging power, obviously something that doesn't pertain to the original. The standard version is up to 15 watt USB-C. The Pro version is 30 watt USB-C, so you're also going to get a faster charge time on the Pro version, so that's something to take in as well. Color. Standard version is what they're going to call dark gray for the silicone wrap, and the Pro version is going to be the stealth black. Bearings also upgraded from the standard to the Pro. Standard gets standard bearings. The Pro version gets what they call premium bearings. Now that's just a terminology, but it's obviously just an upgrade in the bearing package. Also, the Pro version gets a Teflon coated mechanics on the inside versus the standard does not. So it's going to run smoother, it's going to run quieter. That's just the nice thing. But at the same time, this is substantially quieter than the original Handy, and we're going to demonstrate that now. Okay, I had to get my power cord out, and we're gonna do the original Handy first to get an idea exactly what it sounds like. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. Slowest stroke, but I think what we're really gonna compare the best to is the fastest. So you can definitely hear the motor, right? It's undeniable what's going on. And you might notice here in a second that the original Handy still is faster technically at its max. Now, of course, I never really used the max ever, and I haven't really noticed a huge difference because this one obviously, I've never really gone to this specific speed, but it is the loudest speed. Usually when I'm sitting at, you know, not quite as crazy or maybe even a little slower yet. But you can hear what the motor sounds like. That's the big thing. So I'm gonna pause that one, kick this one on, and you can kind of see, hopefully with the screen there, there is the LEDs, and I'll show you that here in a minute when I get the camera better situated. So let's start this one. Go to its max. So you can tell it is way, way quieter than the original. And if I have this thing going, and I turn this thing back on, like that is loud comparing to that. This is awesome how much quieter it actually is. Now, of course, like I said, this is not the final version. This is the version that is pre-production. So there are things that will change. It might even be quieter yet when it actually comes out, or maybe the pro version will be. I don't exactly know specifically on that, but it's as close as we can show you on this channel. Now, here is, in all reality, the wireless capability, it being battery powered, is the absolute definitive difference between the Handy and the Handy 2. But there are a lot more differences, and there is one more that I haven't shown yet that also, in my opinion, is a game changer in these two products, and that is how you connect to yourself. They both use the exact same silicone sleeves. So the one that you got with your Handy will work on the Handy 2. If you already own a set of the various sleeves that they offer that they can sell you separately, they're premium sleeves, you can use those on the Handy 2, on the original Handy, and of course they do make an upgraded strap. This is just the original strap here that I have on here. You essentially get this on you and then, you know, strap it up, get it up here, and then get yourself tightened up to your liking, and then go from there, right? So standard practice, and then when you're done, you have to unvelcro, take yourself out, and then go wash up, clean up. It takes time, it's kind of funky, but once you're on, it's great, but getting in and out takes some time. The new one, boy, it looks similar, right? Yeah, it does have a little bit nicer strap. This is kind of the same, I think, as the premium strap you can get for that guy. But I can pop this off. Do this all on its own, get everything on how I want it to be, strap it up, do what I want to do, magnetically attach and lock. This connection point makes all the difference in the world, not only in setup, getting ready to go, but cleanup. Because now, when I'm done and this is full of some stuff, I can just detach and go to the restroom or wherever I need to go. That is a second game changer. This is a vast reason why this is going to be a much superior product than the original Handy. And there's nothing, like I said, from the beginning of the video, this is a fantastic product. It really is. It makes all the sense in the world. But the Handy 2 is changing everything. Everything that they learned from the original Handy, they applied to Handy 2. And like probably a lot of people out there have been asking about, because this is now a standardized attachment point that they're offering this specific accessory that comes with it, you can see that they're opening the door for capability of attaching things outside of just the Handy sleeves. And they are specifically saying that yes, there will be things that you can attach your flashlight or other things to this specific product using this attachment point. So they will make an accessory that mounts those other products to the Handy 2. Huge, huge bonus. Also, another item that people have said is, if you've seen the original Handy, right there, it's just a round piece, and if you want to like actually mount this to a desktop where you actually have this mounted and you come to it, well, the Handy 2 actually has you covered there too. Quarter 20 on the bottom, quarter 20 on the back. You now have attachment points directly on the product rather than having to add an accessory to the product. It also, they do have L brackets and stuff that they sell, but they literally screw to the product rather than having to be strapped to it or having something added to it. Everything, like I said, everything they learned pretty much from the original Handy, they brought into the Handy 2. So I want to talk about a little bit about the LED matrix screen, like I said before, that you can see on there. It is flowing. It does change depending on what's going on. You can see where it's saying it's connected to Bluetooth right now. If it was connected to Wi-Fi, there'd be a different symbol there. Like I said, this specific version is missing a couple things, specifically the Wi-Fi antenna, so I can't connect this to Wi-Fi properly. So just know that going in. I haven't tested that out, but they told me that before it even shipped to me, that will be one thing that's missing from this one, as they were finalizing the items for the future, the actual launch product itself. It's one of the things they had to leave out on this one. And it is what it is. I understand. It's a pre-production. There's also a couple other things like the fit and finish finish where you can see I still have some lubricant here, but like some of the, there's some waves in here. They've cleaned all that up. They've changed the process on how they're actually putting the silicone wrap on the product. So it's going to be a cleaner job in the end. Everything about this, they learned from the original and made this better. Also, it is not belt-based. And I guess they had people reach out about doing belt-based products or whatever like that. They actually tested this being belt-based, and they had to remove that altogether because it didn't meet the quality standards. So this is screw-based. If you actually can see in there, there's actually a screw similar to like a high-quality garage door opener, essentially is what it is, that's allowing this to be attached and go back and forth. And so they're just changing the motor direction with that internal screw mechanism. Pretty awesome. But the nice thing about that is it's extremely robust. It's got all the power in the world as long as the motor's good. It's proven technology. I mean, garage doors have used that for years. I have a garage door opener from 1971 that used that and is still going as good as a brand new one is today. Pretty awesome. I can't tell you that there's no reason why I would want to reuse my original handy after them releasing this one, just because of the fact that I don't have this cord draping around. That is the huge thing. On the back, the only port you're going to see is that USB-C port for charging, which is exactly what you just plug your cord in and you're good to go. So we're going from the old standard AC to DC round proprietary plug to, hey, yeah, this comes with the USB-C cord to charge it, but as long as you have a cord that's capable of plugging into this and has a power output that matches it, then great. Use any cord that you already have. That's the beautiful thing about it. I don't have to have a specialty cord with me, which means that, yeah, while this might be slightly wider, it is shorter and thinner, but I don't have to pack this this cord right here, this brick in the background. I don't have to bring that anymore. So that's a huge benefit. So without further ado, we're going to do a little, I guess, show of this product. Something I didn't do with the original handy, and I don't know. I got the wanting to do it. All right, get out my red rocket. This is my broom handle design. Now, of course, this is not as thick as most people are, myself included, but that said, I am going to be using, and this is a trial of how this guy works. So I'm going to be using actually Handy's actual lubricant that they offer, which I actually got at CES this year to try out, and hey, it's fantastic stuff, so why not use it, right? And yeah, if you're interested in, if you're looking at ordering the new Handy 2 on the Kickstarter campaign, I highly recommend grabbing some of their lube as well, but you can use any lube that you would so much desire. So how I usually do this is I put some in the actual sleeve itself, and then of course put some on myself too. I like to put a little bit on both, and usually when I start, I get set up. And so once you get yourself set up and you know you're good, maybe make sure that everything's lubed up good, then we can come over, and in this case I actually have this set really high. Okay, so I'm going to turn this guy on. It's going to be ready to go. I'm going to make sure that I have it set properly here by starting it. And it's trying to connect to. Okay, so we are good to go. And now I can just hit the power button on here. I mean, obviously if I had my phone, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get my phone control out. Okay, so I have this, it's on, it's connected. I'm gonna hit remote control on my app. And here I can actually change the stroke length and velocity. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit and hit start. And there we go. And so you can see what you're doing. You can change the stroke length if I don't wanna go up as high, or if I wanna go just all the way to just work the top, right? I can do the full stroke length there. Now, I will say this as well. This is a pre-production. It does not have the full 125 millimeters. It doesn't go all the way to the bottom. The one that it's in production will have the full capability. It's actually a software issue. They don't have the new software out for this. So it's still using technically kind of the software version from the original, which is why it's not given the 125 millimeter. But you're not going to see that in this video anyway. So, but you can see if I really want to go fast, there we go. Or if I really want to go crazy, this is the beautiful thing about this guy, is that it's really fun, and you can see with the Bluetooth remote control, you can have a lot of fun. Or to be honest, if you have somebody in your bedroom with you, you can pass them control and give them control. And that's actually how I tested this, was I gave my phone to my wife, which typically, like I said, she would typically control this with her phone through Wi-Fi, but because I don't have this connected to Wi-Fi, she was able to just control it through my phone. And of course, she really got into it and really enjoyed the session to do it. Now, with Wi-Fi control and actually going into Wi-Fi, there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with this. So if I go online here, let's test this theory so I can at least show you, because usually I can at least get to the website with this guy. So it says it's connected, but with no Wi-Fi antenna, it doesn't have the capability of Wi-Fi remote currently. The actual version will have full control just like the original Handy does. So if you want to see that, go back to my original Handy video, but you'll see what it looks like here in a second once it actually connects. Okay, so technically it says it's connected. It took a little bit for it to connect, but it's not. I can show in here and I can try, but it's not going to actually work. It doesn't have the antenna. But that said, you can see in here we have control. I can share controls, and it shows everything that's going on, what it should be doing technically right here. And so I can, you can see in the theory, but yeah, please connect your device. It's giving me an error now. But if we actually come in here, there's a video player that you can actually sync this to. So if you're going to watch content on here through this can actually sync to video playback. You can also sync it to the female version, to the O, so that if she increases speed, this will increase. If you increase, hers increases, or decreases for that matter. All that has the capability. You have the random stroker as well, which this will then fully randomize, and all you do is hit start, stop, and maybe some parameters, and let it go. And it will automatically randomize. So it's close to a remote partner controlling it. This will completely randomize and do its own thing without you having to do anything. All you got to do is hold on to the machine. Literally, that is it. That is control through the app, control through the website, and of course you can see here I have a code here, this MFL4IC, which I can hit the share button to the right of it, and I can send that off to whomever I would like to have remote control of my device. Also, it's a code that stays in here until you reset it, but if you hit this refresh cycle to the left, if I hit that once and hit generate key, it'll create a new key, and the old one will be dead, and you'll have to give that new key to the next person that you would like to have remote control. Now, of course, if you are like me and you have a significant other and pretty much the same person controls it every time, you don't ever have to actually change that key, so she'll always have it, or whomever would always have it. That is where you can create a new key and make sure that the previous person that had access no longer has access. So, yeah. Now, if you're watching this video was released at the same time that the Kickstarter campaign was released. So you can take a peek at the Kickstarter campaign at the link at the top of the description of this video. Now, you can head over there and take a peek at it. The two versions that they're going to offer, the standard pricing on them is $199 for the Handy 2 and $299 for the Handy 2 Pro. So you can see the differences in that. There will be early bird and super early bird pricing in there as well. So if you're really interested in this and you see this video, go there immediately to see what you can get it for. The super early bird price on the Handy 2 is $169. Super early bird on the Handy 2 Pro, $249. So there is options, and depending on when you can get, or at least back that project, is whether or not you can get it on the super early bird, or at least the early bird to get the pricing that's in between. Look, I am a big fan of this. I have had conversations with a lot of people about this product. The thing about these kind of products, these sex products, they have a lot of stigma to them. People are very uncomfortable with it, and of course you kind of gotta feel out the person. I've spoken to many friends about it. I've seen it at CES now for the last 3 years, and every single year I have really good conversations with the people at the booth, and I've talked about it on this channel. I've done it on my Geek Smart channel on the setup and unboxing of these products, and the Handy 2 is everything that is missing from the Handy 1. That And some of those things you didn't really know were missing. You just, maybe, you know, like you were strapping it on, you were like, man, I wish they had a better process. But, you know, once it's going, you're not even thinking about it. It's good to go. This is everything that it should be. I don't know if they've missed anything on this. I think the only thing that they can go further forward with this, at least currently thinking, is making it smaller, but at the same time, you really can't make it smaller. You still need that full length. You could just make it thinner and lighter, and that's about it. Of course, I'm sure I'm missing something, and in the next several years, maybe they'll figure something out. But today, what's the best male masturbator on the market today? I think this is gonna take the king. And it's gonna be, and it deserves it because it's awesome. And it's everything that I would want in one. Specifically, it's fairly lightweight, compact, portable. Much easier to pack in a bag than this is. It is quieter, way quieter than the original, which makes me that much happier. It's more portable in that I don't have to be corded to a wall. It's literally battery operated, so I can take it anywhere. I can use it anywhere. I can use it where there are no outlets in my hotel room or whichever have you. I still have the same Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity, so I can have a remote participant. I can also sync this to the female O, or should you want to, another handy. They have the capability of connecting to any of them. So if your other partner is a male, then you can link two of these together. So there's just a lot of awesome features that Handy put into the Handy 2, and I'm so glad they did. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the final version and probably making more videos on that. This is a fantastic product. I highly recommend checking out the Kickstarter project. If you have any questions at all, go down to the comment section below. I'm going to try to monitor it as best I can. But if you really have a question for me specifically that you don't need anybody else answering, then just head over to techgooch.com and there's a contact form that'll send me a direct email. Awesome product. I highly recommend it. It is fantastic. And I'm not one of the people, and I'm sure there are many people out there that have the original and use it a lot. I am not one of those people. I use it on occasion, specific occasions when I'm usually not with my wife, or maybe we're doing something different. That said, in either case, this is a big upgrade, and in either case, highly recommend checking it out. If you're never, ever touched a male sex toy like this, or like this, ever before, and you're considering, maybe after listening to this video, or maybe hearing how other people have used it, or myself, how I've used this product, this is a fantastic way to stay connected with a loved one. That I honestly can't tell you anything other than the fact that it makes you feel more connected while you're not in the same home, I guess, or same place. So when I go on small trips, maybe it's a couple days, maybe it's a weekend and I'm gone, you have that longing for the other person. This really helps. But it doesn't just help with the longing, it also makes you connected because they're literally helping you out with something that they can't physically do because they're not there. So there's a lot of great things about this, and I'm trying to be as PC about it as possible, but it's a pretty awesome product. So thank you for watching to the end of this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the Kickstarter campaign, link at the top of the description. I will also have links to all of my videos on the previous products, but Handy 2, everything I wished it could be and hoped it could be actually is. So if you're interested, check it out. Thank you for watching to the end. We'll catch you back here on techgooch for another future video review. Hope to see you again soon.